Don't blink, you might miss it. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 hidden movie secrets that make the movie better.
It did work. For a second.
For this list, we'll be looking at Easter eggs or moments of foreshadowing that may have been missed on a movie's first viewing. Since some of these secrets give away key plot details, a spoiler alert is in order.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Number 10. Nooses on the Billboard. A Star is Born. This Lady Gaga-led reimagining of this musical classic maintained the gut puncher of an ending. But though this adaptation presented a new take on the male lead's tragic suicide, the method was quite literally signposted early on.
My little guy is not so little anymore.
I don't want to go home.
Wish I could find you a spot.
When viewers are introduced to Bradley Cooper's Jack, he and his driver pass a colorful rainbow billboard adorned by nooses. It's an easily missed yet poetic hint towards the film's climactic scene, which sees Jack dispatch himself from this world with a makeshift noose of his own. The rainbow backdrop may also serve to highlight how Ali's music career flourishes as Jack's fizzles out, and this same symmetry is displayed as Jack's decision is cut with Ali's successful concert. As heartbreaking today as it's always been. Number 9. X marks the spot. The Departed.
We have a question. Do you want to be a cop, or do you want to appear to be a cop?
They didn't call it The Departed for nothing. Throughout the movie, many characters face grisly ends, but only a handful of viewers may notice the X's present somewhere in a shot with the character destined to die. A string of main players from Costigan to Costello, and yes, even Sullivan, all meet their maker after being crossed out at multiple points throughout this thrillingly violent game of whack-a-mole. Scorsese has gone on record to not only acknowledge the red flags, but also admit that it serves as an homage to the original Scarface, which used the same technique to foreshadow character deaths. It's a cool visual Easter egg, but also symbolizes that these men are marked men. Talk about getting caught in the crossfire.
Smell a rat.
Number 8. The breakfast scene. Reservoir Dogs. The calm before the storm. We spend 10 quiet minutes over breakfast with our team of jewel thieves before everything is set to go south.
I don't tip.
You don't tip?
No, I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in tipping?
Do you know what these chicks make? They make shit. Don't give me that. She don't make enough money, she can quit.
Though seemingly random on the surface, in hindsight, this scene tells us everything important to know about our 3 leads.
You don't have any idea what you're talking about. These people bust their ass. This is a hard job.
So is working at McDonald's, but you don't feel the need to tip them, do you? Well, why not? They're serving you food. But no, society says, don't tip these guys over here, but tip these guys over here.
Mr. Pink's refusal to automatically tip shows his pragmatism and apathetic way of doing things. Mr. White sticking up for the waitresses shows his compassionate side that will be his undoing. And Mr. Orange ratting out Mr. Pink to Joe is a clue of his informer status.
Wait a minute. Who didn't throw in?
Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink. Why not?
You don't tip.
You don't tip? What do you mean you don't tip?
They don't believe in it.
Shut up.
Tarantino also makes clever use of some props at the warehouse to hint that Mr. Orange is separate from the others. All in all, creative way to show a man's true colors. Number 7. Parroting TV dialogue. Baby Driver.
You and I are a team. Nothing is more important than our friendship.
How's that working out for you?
For a kid that's almost deaf, Baby is certainly quick on picking things up. While watching TV with his foster dad, the young getaway driver flips through several movie channels and later repeats all the dialogue he hears back to different members of his heist crew. None of them seem to get the references, save for an infuriated Doc towards the film's climax.
Never. You and I are a team.
Don't feed me any more lines from Monsters, Inc.
It's one of the hundreds of tiny clues that litter the film, in a style that has become a trademark of director Edgar Wright.
How's that working out for you?
He used similar audio tricks over a decade earlier with his first hit, Shaun of the Dead, when Ed inadvertently lays out the whole plot beat for beat.
Snake hips, always surrounded by women. He's a bigamist. Strangled his first wife with a draft excluder. and invented the mobile disco.
Number 6. The Loop. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. For the uninitiated, Charlie Kaufman's reverse love story sees a broken couple erasing their memories of each other, only for them to meet up down the line and get back together despite knowing it will probably end badly all over again.
How far are you going?
Rockville Center.
Get out. Me too.
Really?
What are the odds? Do I know you?
It's a sweet note to end on, but the implications of that decision are eerily touched on in the film's final seconds. The last shot of Joel and Clementine running through the snow repeats itself 3 times, implying the pair will repeat the cycle of memory erasures and getting back together for the rest of their lives.
I can't see anything that I don't like about you.
But you
right
will.
Now, I can't.
But you will. You know, you will think of things, and I'll get bored with you and feel trapped because that's what happens with me.
Okay.
The interpretation is different depending on if you're an optimist or pessimist. But it's like they always say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Number 5. Nick Fury's Epitaph. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Samuel L. Jackson has played everything from cops and robbers to Jedi Masters and shark food, and though he's known to audiences these days as Nick Fury, the role that defined him remains that of Bible-quoting gangster Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction.
Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men.
Rather than disregard the actor's mature iconography when taking on a family blockbuster, the Russos instead chose to pay tribute to Jackson's legacy by adorning Fury's fake grave with Jules' favorite Bible verse. It's a clever nod to the OG BMF, and fans went nuts for it. The Russos even took it up to 11 when they picked Fury's final word during Infinity War's famous dusting.
Oh, no. Mother.
Number 4. The Overlooked Carpet, Toy Story. These days, Pixar's become famous for its abundance of Easter eggs, from the animator's classroom number A113 to the Pizza Planet van. But the film that started it all saw the creators pay tribute to one of their collectively favorite horror masterpieces.
Partner, we got to get this wagon train moving. Split up.
When we leave the safety of Andy's room and venture into the home of infamous toy torturer Sid, fans of The Shining will notice the carpets of the house are adorned with the same pattern featured on some floors of the Overlook Hotel. A clever way to emphasize the terror that awaits Woody and Buzz within these walls. The carpets in the house may signal bad news, but the kids living inside it could have been a lot worse.
Hello, Danny. Come and play with us.
Number 3. Two Denny Crooks, Pulp Fiction.
Forget it, it's too risky. I'm through doing that shit.
You always say that, the same thing every time. I'm through, never again, too dangerous.
I know, that's what I always say, I'm always right, too.
But you forget about it in a day or two?
The first time around, it's easy to forget about the opening diner robbery after going through the ensuing and seemingly unrelated tirade of burgers, boxers, and black medical books. But it masterfully comes back into relevancy in the final scene as we discover that Yolanda and Ringo are robbing the diner where Jules and Vincent are trying to unwind their rough morning with some breakfast.
We're not gonna do anything stupid, are we?
Don't you hurt him.
Nobody's gonna hurt anybody.
But going back to the first scene, the evidence is there. Jules can be heard laughing in the background, and Vincent can be seen walking by their table on the way to the restroom. Seems like every time that fool answers nature's call, the proverbial dookie hits the fan. Number 2. Starbucks cups, Fight Club. Coffee everywhere, nor any drop to drink.
Things you own end up owning you.
Following the success of his cult phenomenon Fight Club, David Fincher revealed that there is a Starbucks cup in every shot of the film. The presence of the infamous twin-tailed mermaid helps to aid the film's social satire regarding consumers and their codependent relationships to corporations.
If I saw something clever, like a little coffee table in the shape of a yin-yang, I had to have it. The Klipsk personal office unit, the Hovertrek home exerbike, or the Yohanneshav sofa with the string green stripe pattern.
The search for cups has also become something of an Easter egg hunt among die-hard fans. And the fact that they're hidden throughout the film further illustrates the point that branding has become so common in our world, we don't even notice it's there. Genius work from Fincher. Though it's not the first time he's hidden little secrets in plain sight, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few more movies that offer you several hidden gems and make the movie all that much better. Lethal Weapon Reunion, Maverick.
Someone's been terrorized! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hey! Oh, sorry. Give me that.
E.T. Senators on Coruscant. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Pac-Man on the Monitor, Tron.
Send out every game tank in the grid. Get there!
Twin Pines becomes Lone Pine, Back to the Future. Twins and triplets in the Agent Program, The Matrix.
It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Orange is the New Whack, The Godfather.
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day.
Reservoir Dogs was not the first movie that attributed this color to bad news. Orange is notorious for being synonymous with death and Coppola's cinematic masterpiece. Vito Corleone is buying oranges from a street vendor during the attempt on his life, and he finally succumbs to old age in his garden among the same fruit. But the curse doesn't just apply to the Godfather himself. Either the fruit or color is present to mark several characters for death, including Luca Brasi, Paulie, Sal Tessio, the heads of the five families, Rocco, and even Jack Waltz's horse. This now famous trend carried over into Coppola's 2 sequels, with oranges being handled by Dead Men Walking, Don Fanucci, and Michael Corleone, among others. Nothing personal, boys. It's just business.
How did things ever get so far? I don't know.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Just a